Welcome to St. Paul's on the fourth Sunday in Lent. This is Father Andrew, and I welcome you to this messy office in a rectory, and I am glad you're here. I hope you have been able to take good care of yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally in the midst of pandemic crisis. I have a feeling that this is going to take a long time before we as a society fully recover. Even after restaurants, schools, churches, and other public places reopen sooner or later, the chances are that there are going to be a lot of people who will continue to struggle by losing paycheck, job, business, house, food, or even loved ones. And you and I might experience some of that. So the time like this, especially the time like this, it is very important to learn how to pace ourselves spiritually through prayer and study. Because prayers are so powerful and prayers teach us many, many different things. Prayer teaches us how to be present with God and how to give thanks to God for what we have with God, as opposed to feeling depressed or sad or angry about what we have lost. Prayers also teach us how to be a better disciple to serve Christ in all people who are in crisis. As we continue to serve God's people by practicing social distancing responsibly to help flatten the curve, I know that we miss so much of our Sunday worships. Like you, I miss the morning of Sunday when I drive up to church and see familiar faces, saying good morning and wave hands, exchanging peace, and break bread. And I miss that. But what is also true is that because I don't get to do that, I get to think about what I miss. I'm using this opportunity to be with you like this, to explore what it is that I miss on Sunday morning, usual Sunday morning. And when I think even further about that which I miss so much, I get to discover what truly matters to me and to each other. And as I'm in this very unique opportunity to be with you, I get to think about in what ways we get to have that with you in this very unique circumstance. And I would like you to think the same with me. Last Sunday, I took you to Washington National Cathedral, and I hope you get a chance to hear the sermon given by our presiding Bishop Michael Curry. Now, today, I'm going to take you all the way to Seattle, my home parish, St. Peter's, in the area called the International District. I was a member there from 1998 all the way up to 2006, right before when I went to seminary. And this church was known as one of the 5 Japanese American Episcopal churches in the US. And then I got to meet so many interesting people, Japanese American people and their loved ones. And I get to have a lot of wonderful memories in which I get to think about what it is what it was for me to be a Japanese person. Because I thought that I knew what it meant to be a Japanese person coming from Japan. But as I met with different, or the Japanese Americans who were born and raised in the United States, I get to see a different side of, different take on what it meant to be a Japanese. This abundance of diversity that I got to see in a way that I never didn't get to see back when I was in Japan was truly refreshing experience. In a way that we get to visit different churches virtually like this and see what other churches are doing. And through those differences and diverse experience, we all get to really self-examine what it is that makes us a Christian. So I would like you to click the link below, and Father Edmund Harris, who is the rector of St. Peter's, is going to live stream the Eucharist at St. Peter's at 1:30 p.m. in our time, Eastern Standard Time. And I would like you to visit and let me know what you think of it. Maybe we might be able to talk about this in a virtual office coming up soon. Speaking of virtual office, open office, I continue to develop a plan on it. And unfortunately, this week is really, might not be a good week because, as I shared with you last Sunday, Father Roger is going to have a surgery on the 26th, and there are a few appointments beforehand. So I would like you to keep us in your prayers. And meanwhile, please know that you are in my prayers daily by name. So until we meet again, please pace yourself spiritually through prayers and study, and give yourself some time alone to be with God. The peace be with you, and God's blessing be upon you. And thank you for watching. Take care.